Good morning.
Good morning.
How's everybody this morning?
Good.
My name is Rayshana Manuel. I go by Ray, and I am the director of the CEED Capital Loan Program, which actually officially launched its own program on October 1st. So we're excited about that. This morning I want to present to you Cups of Capital, preparing for a small business loan. How many entrepreneurs do I have in the room? Oh, quite a few, yay. When you started your small business, was it hard to find money? Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so we're going to try to give you some tips and tricks to tell you how to prepare to get that small business loan. Trust me, it's not easy. It's going to get on your nerves. If you come to see me, I'm going to drive you crazy because I'm going to ask you 1,000,005 questions. By the time we get to the actual process of when I hand you a check, I'm going to know so much about your personal life and your finances, you're going to be like, okay, right, really? But it's okay. It is perfectly okay. That is just part of the process. All right, why do you need capital? Is your business a startup or an expansion? That makes a difference. Startups, you're considered a startup until you're in business 3 years according to the Small Business Administration definition. All right? So expanding after 3 years, they figured you made it through that little infant period. Now you're an adolescent. So you're getting there. Okay? If you're a startup, have you prepared a business plan that supports your request for a loan? Most of the time, a lot of folks that have started up businesses in the past have not prepared for that lending portion. A perfect example, my mother's been a small business in town for 30 years. She did not do a business plan. She's a successful business, but she didn't do a business plan. And she really wishes that sometimes she would have done some projections because she would have done some expansions and things like that. So naturally, since I'm in the small business lending, I get to do those projections for her. If your business is an existing business, does your current cash flow support the need for a loan? All the time it doesn't. And that's okay too. You just have to figure out, do we need to increase some prices? Do we need to decrease? Or am I too expensive? There's a lot of questions that can come from this that just visiting a small business counselor that we'll talk about in a few minutes can help you work through some of that. Is your business already in trouble? It's too late to look for a loan when you're 6 months out from closing. If your business is in trouble, you'll get a spidey sense, for lack of a better term, something will tingle to let you know something's wrong, nobody's coming through the door. If you're a restaurant and you haven't had a lunchtime rush in 6 months, there's something wrong. Okay? Steps to success. Find a resource partner. You have CEED. You have the Small Business Center here at Fayetteville Tech. You have the Small Business Technology and Development Center at Fayetteville State. You have the Veterans Business Outreach Center at Fayetteville State. You have the, I cannot remember what the SC is for, but it's for retired executives in Sand Hills and Pinehurst that you can call, or you can go visit the SBA website. Use the resources. Most of our services are free. Some of our classes have a nominal fee, but get out there. It does not matter. We're not jealous. We can share. You can talk to 5 or 6 of us until you find a solution that's right for you. Check your personal credit, and if you're in business, your small business credit. You do have a small business credit report. You ever been to the bank for some of my entrepreneurs in the room and they said where your business report says that you don't pay your bills on time? They have no idea that they have an Equifax or an Experian business report, but they do. Not only do you have it done at Bradstreet, but you also have that. So make sure you check all of that stuff out. Write or update your business plan. This is not a scary step. You already know how to run your business. It is in your head. You just got to get it on paper so the rest of us know how to do it. And that's okay. Most of the time when you come in to visit a small business counselor, you already know what the sign is going to look like. You know what the business cards are going to do. You know your hours of operation. It's all in your head. So all you got to do is translate it and get it in a format to where the banker will understand what you're trying to do with your business. Do your research. Shop for a lender that suits your small business needs. Every lender does not fit every small business. It may sound good, but 9 times out of 10, it may not be the right thing for you. So it's okay if you go around. Don't let them pull your credit. You're just asking questions. Okay? And step 5, complete a loan package. Working capital defined. Working capital, and I got this off Investopedia yesterday. It was crazy. It's defined as the capital of a business that is used in day-to-day trading operations, calculated as the current assets minus the current liabilities. This is Ray's translation. The money left over to run the business after you pay all your bills. That's it. That's what your working capital is. So, what did the numbers say? 34% of the applicants need working capital. That's you, 30%, 34%. 16% want expansion funds. 14%, they want to refinance. 13% purchase some piece of equipment. 8% product development. 6% for marketing. You got 5% for real estate. 2% is startup businesses. And then you have the other 2%, which I have no idea what defines the other. So I got this from felineresearch.org when I was looking at microloan feasibility. So to me, this what it's saying is you need money to run the day-to-day operations. All the rest of this stuff is okay if you can get it, but sometimes you need to go to sleep at night and not worry about how you're gonna make payroll. Okay. CEED Capital Loan Program, who we assist. We assist entrepreneurs with less than perfect credit. We are an alternative lender. And what does alternative lender mean? That is basically that we have sources of capital outside of commercial lenders. Most of our loans are not secured or federally insured by the FDIC. So if you don't pay the money back, we don't have the money to lend out to other clients. It is revolving. CEED Capital Loan Facts. We can do loans from home-based businesses up from $5,000 to $10,000. Existing or storefront, $10,000 to $20,000, and we have ILP funds up to $200,000. That's based on funds availability. 2 years ago, I had $1 million to lend in the community. I have $131,000 of that million left. It disappeared. Everybody's heard about it and they started coming, which is fine. Because how hard would that $200,000 be to get from a bank these days? Okay. We have a fixed interest rate from 5% up to 10%. 5% normally from a good credit folks, 10% from bad credit folks, or less than perfect credit. Our benchmark credit score is starting at 625. That does not mean that you're going to get the loan at 625. That just gives you an idea, you know, okay, Ray, I have a 625. Can we do a loan package? Sure. Okay. Reasonable repayment terms starting at 36 months. We go from 36 months on average up to 10 years. But if you're securing a loan with real estate, we can go up to 20. Requirements, you're a U.S. citizen, 21 years or older, 12 months consistent bill payment history, and that is non-traditional credit. So that could be your cell phone bill or PWC. Since this is our loan program, we kind of make the rules for that so we can look at non-traditional credit sources. That's still not guaranteeing you funds. It's just that we can look at non-traditional sources. A completed business plan, additional stipulations may apply. Some folks have the chronic credit disease. And what that means is your credit score is good one day, and then, you know, the next 6 months you do some purchasing and it's bad the next day, then you go back up, and that's chronically bad credit. And then there's a such thing as situational bad credit. Everybody has had a time in their life where something happened and your credit score has dropped, and that is perfectly okay. A lender can look at your credit report and say, okay, something happened during this 24-month period. It could be a family member because it was sick. It could be that you were unemployed for a term. You could be sick. A child could be sick. So it's something that you can explain, and that's where the additional stipulations will apply. Each loan is evaluated on a case-by-case basis. I've seen same credit scores to totally different credit situations. I've seen people with 800 credit scores get declined for loans. They're making all of their payments, they're paying everything on time, but they're just stretched out to the max. One more bill will break them. And I'm a different kind of lender. You know, I worry about you eating. I really do. You know, if you're, 2 steps away from, eating hamburgers and hot dogs every day, I got a problem with that. So I'm like, you really want to rethink it. I can't tell you what to do. But like I said, I look at that big picture, and my lending committee looks at that big picture. We don't want to max you out to the point where you can't sleep at night, worrying about how you're going to make that extra payment that we're adding on to you. Okay? Technical assistance is available. We have the CEED Capital Loan Program. I provide access to capital, and my new program that actually started October 1, we're still working on it, but we are taking applicants, is the Prime Program. Our Prime Program will be QuickBooks training, office training, and social networking training. And anybody can apply for that program. We keep you in there for a quarter, and then we monitor you for the quarter after. And the good thing about this program, and Mr. Ken is helping me with that wherever he is in the room, you're going to have access to your own QuickBooks file. So we're going to help you build that. So that's exciting, right? Because QuickBooks is like, stereo instructions. That's, to me, it is, okay? All right, then you have the Women's Business Center at CEED. They do classes, workshops, one-on-one consultations. You can get in on any of those classes. I can give you the website for that. If you want this PowerPoint, please email me. I will send it to you. And questions? That's it. Yes, sir.
Dealing with home-based business, is the business plan format a little different than the regular small business?
The format is not really different. It just depends. You have to tailor it to your needs, okay? You may not need a full-blown marketing plan because you're at home. So it just depends. We give you a very general template, and you just take out what you don't need. And if you need to put it back, we tell you you need to put it back. Any other questions?
How you get your funding?
We are funded through a grant program. It grants local, grants state, federal, anywhere I can find money. And then I can lend it out. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Are you eligible for community reinvestment funds from banks? Have you ever?
I'm working on that. It's amazing that you asked. We just received money from Wheeland, which is a program through Axion and Walmart. And I'm in training for that now, but the goal of that is to set us up as a CDFI.
That's right up your alley, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that application by stereo instructions. I tell you, I can't do it. Any other questions?
We can contact you from cards in the back.
Yes, I have my contact cards in the back, but I'm going to tell you a story.
Okay.
Just to kind of help you out a little bit, all right? You walk through the door, you have a briefcase and you have a suit on, and you ask to see me. I need to see Miss Ray Manuel. Receptionist calls me, I come downstairs to meet you, and you come upstairs and sit down with your briefcase and you put it aside. You tell me I need a loan for $10 million, and this is before we even had access to get that kind of money. Okay, no problem. Well, sir, do you have a business plan? No. How's your credit? Bad. It was like a 350 credit score. I promise you this happened. This is a true story. What are you going to start? I want to buy a radio station. Well, do you have any collateral? No. Do you have any assets? No. So this is when I first started lending. I had no idea there was something wrong with this man. I thought he was serious because of the outfit and the appearance. Later on, my executive director told me that, he would come in off the street and, there was some things going on there that I had no idea about. Scared me to death when I found out. But a long story short, it made me think a lot of people come in thinking I do not have to put any skin in the game to get funds. You have to. If you're not willing to put anything up for your small business, what makes you think that the bank is going to trust you with their money? And it happens. So think about that when you're applying for a loan. What is the collateral I'm going to use? Is it going to be land? Is it going to be some equity out of my house? Do I have some savings? Now, set aside some savings for your small business. I do not want your savings that you're going to use for hard times in your household. Don't do it. Like I said, I'm that conscious lender. I want you to eat. Okay? Any other questions?
How much is the return rate for you? People borrow and they return it on time?
It's amazing that you asked that question. We actually started the lending portion of CEED in 2005. I've had 4 loans default out of 34. So 30 folks are paying their loans back the way they're supposed to, which is pretty amazing. When I tell a banker that, they really can't believe it, but I'm terrified. I'm like, oh my God, they're not going to believe it. But I've been through a whole thing. Oh Lord, what did I do wrong with the loan packages? I told them I'm a very conscious lender, so that's the nature of the business. I get schooled by my lending committee, Ray. It happens, loans go bad. Don't take it personally. Sorry. I'm sitting home, eating a whole pan of brownies, trying to figure out what I can do. Okay. Do you have any other questions for me? All right. So I have my cards at the. Oh yes, sir. I'm sorry.
I just want to say thank you for doing it back there.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I will let everyone know.
And again, the question to you is, what is community can we do to help you?
Oh, well, CEED is a nonprofit. We have 4 programs now. So how many folks shop at Amazon? Woo, that's wonderful. You can make donations through Amazon Smiles for CEED if you would like to, if you think we're doing a good job. That way you're shopping and doing something for the community at the same time. It's not painful, because you don't know it. So if you need that link, I will ask Ms. Cindy for the emails, and I will send you that link along with the PowerPoint presentation, my contact information. I answer my own phone. It may take me 24 hours to do it, but I will get back to you. I do answer emails faster. If you would like an appointment to get in to see any of the WBC counselors, or to see me, or to register for the Prime program, just give me a call, shoot me an email, and we'll get started. Thank you for your time, and good luck on your business endeavors.